morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I have my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go. I hope you as well, as I see you as well, because Energy and Christopher are already here. And today we are going to go over some really interesting topics. First of all, we had our Fed rate hike. We are going to talk about that. Bitcoin up or down. We are going to look at Veve, at Ecomi, at whale behavior, at massive attention for Veve and how that road to mass adoption could look like. And we are going to look at something weird with the Ecomi videos there as well. All stuff that happened in the last 2 days, and we are going to cover it just right after the intro. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well. It is Thursday, and we are going to talk about crypto once more. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor, not your financial advisor, so please do your own research before you ape full degen into Ecomi, Veve, Bitcoin, the altcoins, or whatever we are talking about here in this live stream. Also, please guys, the ones of you that are already here, please smash the like button. Hey Nico, what is going on? Good morning, good to see you here. And as I said before, Energy and Christopher Bowden are also here. Let's take a sip of coffee. Coffee is needed today more than ever. Because yesterday I was on a business trip and I didn't sleep very much, but nonetheless, we need to be here and talking about crypto. So I want to quickly thank my rare hodlers, my Patreons, my channel members here in the background for always supporting me on this channel by being channel members. As you guys know, this channel does not have any channel sponsorships. I'm not boring you with any links or any scam projects here, which is why we have these people sponsoring us, and I'm grateful for that. Anyways, let's go to the news. So, as we see right here, the Fed approves a hike that takes interest rates to the highest level in months, in more than 22 years, I wanted to say, not in months. The Federal Reserve approved a much anticipated interest rate. We covered it here before, that the rate hike chance was more than 99.8% at this time. And takes it to the highest level since 22 years. We are now at 5.5%, I think. From 25 to 5.5%, while policymakers indicate at the June meeting that 2 rate hikes are coming this year. Markets are pricing in a better than even chance that there won't be any more moves this year. Chair Jerome Powell said the central bank will make data-driven decisions on a meeting-by-meeting basis. That's what he says the entire year already. So guys, 5 people here already. People coming in, smash up the like button as hard as you can to double the numbers. Dr. Knut Betzels is also here. GM from Heidelberg, thought you were on vacation. Not yet. I will be traveling tomorrow. I don't know if I will get a live stream out tomorrow. I will try for sure, but it's unclear yet, because we are going tomorrow and then we'll be away the next week. But that doesn't mean that there is nothing coming on this channel. Obviously stuff is coming on this channel during the week that I'm on vacation. Hopefully I can find some beautiful backgrounds and scenarios for us to talk about new stuff from Ecomi and Veve. And as we see right now, momentum is picking up, and yeah, we are finding ourselves more news to cover, right? So they say here, I would say it's certainly possible that we will raise funds again at September meeting if the data warranted. Actually, the data doesn't even warrant it right now, but they still did it, so we could expect one more. And I would also say it's possible that we would choose to hold steady, and we are going to be making careful assessments, as I said, meeting by meeting. So again, not clear direction, but the rate hikings are not over. The moment it is over with the rate hikes, the moment that they are pivoting and pumping back money into the market, that is the moment that the markets will go on a big rally, in my opinion. Not the moment that they really announce the stopping, but the moment that they are starting to cut rates. However, the past has also shown that in many cases when they started cutting rates, actually the markets went down. So yeah, we don't know. We will also go live stream by live stream as they go meeting by meeting, only that we are here daily. The totality of the incoming data is relevant for them. As they say, it is time for the Fed to give the economy time to absorb the impact of the past rate hikes, said Joe Brusilas, US chief economist. With the Fed's latest rate increase of 25 basis points now in the books, we think that the improvement in the underlying pace of inflation, cooler job creation, and modest growth are creating the conditions where the Fed can effectively end its rate hike campaign. Economy demanding to stop draining money from the market, but the committee will continue to assess additional information and its implications for money policy. So we are going to look at what that had as effects right after. Have fun. Dr. Knut says, yeah, thank you. We will for sure. I hope it will be very relaxing, and then we are back in the game another week from there. 14 billion Spanish bank wants to beat the market with an actively managed crypto fund, and I'd say the chance for that is pretty high. But let's look first of all what this is. So first of all, this is good because this is another bank getting in crypto, and here in Europe, based on the MiCA laws, it's easier than in the US to do stuff like that. So a newly registered investment fund from Spanish private bank A&G will soon be trading crypto, including Bitcoin and Ether, with 12.4 billion euros in assets under management, and so on. So this bank is relatively big in size here in Europe. 12.4 billion. I mean, there are way bigger banks, but 12.4 billion is also a little bit of assets, right? The cool thing here is they want to actively manage this fund. So basically they want to probably trade the market cycles with the fund so that they buy and sell according to close to bottom, close to top, like we are intending to do. And then all with Bitcoin and Ethereum to have a lower risk. Obviously the swings will not be as high as with altcoins, but they will have a fairly low risk of losing the funds. So that is another big one for Bitcoin, in my opinion, because it also means that in that actively traded funds, there will be more capital flowing into Bitcoin right now as we're headed in the bull run, and they need the approval fairly soon as we are coiling up on Bitcoin. Yeah, but that is that. Speaking of which, what we are seeing right now also coiling up is the Bitcoin social dominance is exactly at 1/3 of the top 100 asset discussions, highest in 2 weeks. So Bitcoin is heavily discussed, according to the data from Sentiment, basically the surge is following the FOMC hiking of rates, and Bitcoin is coiling up a little bit more, but we will look at that in a second, how Bitcoin is looking. I just thought this one is funny. um, the cycle of how the Fed is acting. So uh, you do quantitative easing, then the inflation is high, you raise rates, you go to a soft land, or you announce a soft landing, but you fall into a recession, and then you lower the rates. The economy is weak, so you do quantitative easing. So it's perfect. This one is perfect. This could be, if we would have governments that wish for financial education, then this would be perfect. You literally need only a couple of pages in that book, and this one is one of the best ones ever to explain how the economy works in terms of tightening and expanding. Yeah, so that is really great. Um, Another one, new. According to blockchain data, approximately 71% of Bitcoin is unmoved. So you see this here, guys. Basically, um, the colored wave, or the colored waves, right, are showing how much Bitcoin is unmoved, since in the cycles, basically, since a certain amount of time. So purple is 6 to 12 months. That's the least. Then 12 to 18 months is the they are all pink, rosé, I don't know what. So unfortunately, it's difficult. But the first one here is 6 to 12, 12 to 18. Then up to 2 years unmoved, 3 to 5 years unmoved, and or 5 to 7 years unmoved here, and so on. Oh, actually, the lines are also saying something apparently, but you get the idea. This is like from top to bottom, the very long unmoved, and so in these cycles we see that there is a lot of unmoved capital until we are turning around, right? So here we see it in the bear market, actually, 6 months unmoved peak, and then it falls off. And we had the same here, right? At the bear market, we have the peak, and then it fell around a little bit more. But we see still 71% of Bitcoin is unmoved. That is a lot of Bitcoin that is not being moved at all. So yeah, that is absolutely great. And by the way, guys, once again, please, the ones that new in the channel, smash the like button. So all that we need. Just this one again. I know we look at stuff like this every day, all the time, but it's important. And here's something. The reason why I pull this up is there are people in the market that claim, I saw it, YouTube channels with more than 50,000 subs and I don't know what, that claim that this is just a relief rally. And just to put this into perspective, we are from the cycle where we were here in this pre-halving stage. The relief rallies after a bull market, if you look at the all-time high 2017, and you look what happened afterwards, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 relief rallies before you plunge into a bear market, right? So you have the top plus 4 relief rallies. They are all happening above the baseline here. And here we have basically, if we would count it like that, we have our false top and our inflation driven top. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 relief rallies, if you count it like that, right? And then we plunge into a bear market, and then we are coming up against this baseline, like here on a pre-halving, and that, for me, all of this implies, right, that we should be pumping up break this baseline eventually in the next weeks or so. We are still waiting for it, right? That's not a relief rally. That is pre-halving price action, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. There are still people aiming down for like 12,000, 10,000 Bitcoin, people looking for, I don't know what, 3,000 Bitcoin. It's not going to happen, in my opinion. As we outlined in the last live streams, the time to accumulate is right now, or has already been, but it's also right now, depending on how much you have, right? On every pullbacks, right? So let's look at the market. We have a couple of altcoins here and there, like mushrooms pumping. XDC is one of them. Chainlink has another great day, or a great week better. It has also a great day. If we look at the day, we have synthetics here. We have Maker, we have XLM, we have Pepe Green. So a lot of price action here and there. Also in the top 200, by the way, Ecomi is up 5.4%. Not to underestimate. Breeze is here, Astro is pumping. Overall, the day is green, the week is mixed to red. But Omi is up on the week 10%, which is not much in terms of the price overall, but we didn't see that for a longer time, and we are coming to that in a second as well. But let's look at Bitcoin first. So get myself back, and we have Omicron here. Good morning, bro. Good morning to you, Omicron. I hope you're doing fine. How are you doing, by the way? Let me know. Yeah, so we see, okay, so let's look first at the daily, and then today we're also going to look a little bit outside of the daily. So unfortunately, we have pre-FOMC meeting, we have lost this, and this is clear manipulation because we knew that this rate hike was coming, and still this happened. Now we are coiling up. It was in anticipation, and also after the Fed meeting, now we are coming up, and this could be a bearish retest. Be aware of this. This could be a bearish retest, but it also could result in a pump back up, so that this is only a fake out. It could look like this. Here we also see like 3 small green candles, and then bam. So we could pump just back into this line. I think we had seen this before, where we just faked out a lot out of existing structures. So I think we could still pump back up. Why do I think that? Because, oops, that is the 4 hour. We don't care about the 4 hour. So if we look at this, this is a weekly candle that closes in more than 3 days. So technically, there is more than 3 days to come back above 30,000 more or less, and we would just close a hammer candle within, like here. We also had the same here. We could come up and close a green hammer in this one. We would just need to pump another 500 or so, and we would already close inside of the structure. There is a high likelihood this happens. I'm not sure it will happen, but there is a high likelihood that happens. So something like this, right, above structure. Smash up the like button to make Bitcoin go into that range. Anyways, yeah, that's what I would expect, and that's also what I'm hoping for. And by the way, why didn't I? Omicron says not great. Positive COVID today, but I'll get some time off work, silver lining. Yeah, so if that's the case, then I wish you getting better very, very soon. Take care of yourself. Don't do stupid things like going to fitness training or work if you are ill in general, right? It doesn't matter if it's this one or other illness, but yeah, take care of yourself, sleep a lot, take vitamin C and stuff like that. I that's my non-medical advice. So don't we have a doctor here in the chat, so that is probably the better person to go to. But what I am doing is I take a lot of vitamins, and I sleep a lot and actually it didn't happen for years that I was really, really ill. So yeah, hope you get well soon, man. But yeah, I hope it at least brings you something that you can watch the stream. Okay, so here we go. So there is a good thing in all of this, and that is that despite that this support line wasn't really 100% clear, our lower high trajectory on the DXY is continuing. This is very good, and sorry, I wanted to point this out. This little thing here is really good because let's say I fucked up this line a little bit, right? Let's just assume I fucked up this line a little bit. So for example, let's say this line is here, right? Because of, just put that back. So because of these here, right? I put this line there. But if you look at this bounce where we broke this line on the DXY, if we would move it there, we would still have ourselves a bearish retest. And then we would have two fake outs here, right? Probably it's more reasonable to just say this is a zone a little bit, right? Like this. It doesn't matter though for the price action. So what we're I will leave it at this line because I think that the supports in the end are more confluence here. No matter what, let's talk about what's happening. So as you guys all know, and almost 20 people here. So guys, 20 people here, smash up the like button. That's super important. Let's double these numbers. But for all of you who are relatively new and don't know, the DXY, or some people call it the Dixie, is the US dollar measured against other currencies in the world and how strong it is against those other currencies in the world. What is happening is that when the US government, or the Fed better, which is not the US government, but the Fed, the central bank, is raising interest rates, they are strengthening the US dollar. They are pulling money out of the market into the dollar. That is what was happening here. That was the rate hiking environment. That was when everyone was fleeing the assets. So if you, let's say, even if it's a Veve collectible and you cash out, and assuming that cash out is enabled, if you sell that Veve collectible, you sell it into something. You sell it into gems. If you cash out the gems, you sell the gems into something, and that is the US dollar. Whenever you are selling a stock, your gold, your car, your house, your what? No, you don't do that, but your your Bitcoin, your Veve collectibles, whatever, you are selling it into dollars, which means you are getting into the dollar. Effectively, you are buying the dollar. If you do this in Europe, you buy effectively the euro. So you're strengthening the euro. But when all people in the world that were sitting in euros, traders, or that were sitting in, let's say, a euro-driven stablecoin, or I don't know what, when they see that the dollar gets strengthened, they say, that's the world reserve currency and that gets strengthened, so I better be in the dollar. So they sell the euro then to get into the dollar, and you have yourself a self-fulfilling prophecy while the Fed is pulling out money off the market. So that was happening in all of this line here, and we saw the massive drain in Bitcoin during that time right here. So that was all of this downtrend here is that uptrend in the DXY, so inverse correlation. Now we fell off of a cliff right here, and that was our Bitcoin coming out of the bottom. So that just once again, so what we have ourselves here is now we have a down trajectory, right? That looks like this. So we should, and now what we see, what is so important here, if this is, and we saw this, we lost the support, we come back up, hit our head and continue. No matter if I drew this clean or not, but we are effectively dropping at this moment, even with the rate hike. So the anticipation here is that the rate hikes will stop soon and that money should flow in. This means, this trajectory means people are moving out of the dollar into assets because the assets would appreciate more than the rest. That's what that means. Yeah, then we have our Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is still heading to the trend line as altcoins having a greater time at the moment. That's all fine. Smarty Pants is here. Let's go. Hello, Smarty Pants. How are you doing? Yeah, and then also our altcoin market is trying to come back here, but that just as a side note. Now let's talk about Omi. So Ecomi, we had drawn in this falling wedge, right? And now this would be a breakout on the daily for this falling wedge. And actually, there was no selling for the first time, so it respected at least this trend line. If you assume this wedge or not, but it respected this trend line, right? So right now, we have this breakout in Ecomi of this falling wedge. And the only thing that really isn't there yet is the volume, because this doesn't look like a breakout volume, right? So the question is that just everyone adapting to just a new falling wedge? Like, is everyone like going, okay, this is now the wedge, right? We'll not do that. We'll not just adapt. We just see if something happens out of this wedge or not. But in terms of what the price action, we saw this. So first of all, I want to refresh here. Not okay. There we go. I can draw now. Okay, so this breakout, we have to respect it, right? If we are looking at levels and at TA, we have to respect it. At the same time, TA is very limited in a coin that is so heavily manipulated by whales. But nonetheless, I mean, you see this, right? This would have technically been a breakout, and it just turned into a massive shooting star. But considering this breakout of this wedge, I will probably buy more Omi here on this retest that we're probably going to see. And obviously I will wait for this retest to play out, right? I want to see for this retest that it really happens. It doesn't just fall back in with a big green, with a big red candle, right? That's what I want to see. On the other hand, let's give this more substance. So stochastic RSI is on an upward movement. The RSI is not overbought, and the MACD on the daily just flipped bullish. So that happened. The MACD here down below flipped just bullish. That is all that happens. What doesn't happen is, as I said, and this is very important for me, I don't see breakout volume, which is why, and we are still in this box, right? So it's not like this breakout is like, looks like is skyrocketing here. So my Omi purchase, when I do one here, another Omi purchase, will definitely not be like all in because of that, because that would be, we are coming up over this trend line, right? But so far I'm going to observe. That is going to be my strategy, looking what happens. With regards to that, there's obviously bullish news, which also leads to this here, and we want to talk about it. So first of all, we have this little trailer here that I want to play without sound, as always, because we have a new drop. Omicron says, what do you think is up with Ecomi? Revamp? Distinction from Veve? trying to stay out of sight of SEC. I think revamp is because they said revamping is going on. I think they are doing that. I mean, they hired a blockchain team and they said they revamp it. So this is probably the reason for all the stuff that we see. And as always, Veve is just or Ecomi Veve team is just extremely bad at communicating, right? Yeah, Omicron says Ecomi is actively tweeting. And they removed all of the videos from their page, which we are going to talk about in... actually, we have been talking about Ecomi, so let's talk about this first, right? So, yeah, let's talk about this first. So, I made this post because here this guy, Toka Twins, says... posted a screenshot of the Ecomi YouTube site, right? And they removed all of the videos but one. And I tweeted this out. So potential reasons can't be good if everything of the past years is obsolete now. First could be a restructuring of OUP MCP, which I think is the real reason. The second reason is it could be the weird history of the exit liquidity pumps, because basically every video marks the dates, right? Pump and dump of the Omi token. So I think it's convenient, but on the other hand, the reason is probably this one, that there is something coming for Ecomi fairly soon, and they don't want to have the old tokenomics about Ecomi on the channel on the official channel of Ecomi. So I think that is the real reason. They don't want to have the wrong tokenomics outlined in certain videos. Because but then again, they wouldn't have to have like delist all of the old videos, right? I mean, old videos are also something about the history of the project and so on. So it is convenient that you have a reason now to remove these videos, because they are also evidence for some promises that they made with regards to interoperability and so on. But I think the real reason is the revamping of OUP MCP. So that is for sure going on. Yeah, so that is that. Now let's talk about Veve first, because yeah, so we just have to see. We have an Ecomi breakout. We have Ecomi removing these videos, and we potentially have an announcement. So I just don't see them doing anything nefarious. Yeah, I believe in the team, and it would possibly cause the masses to leave if disassociated. That being said, crypto is the Wild West. Yeah, I don't think it will be disassociated. I don't think so. Because, I mean, yes, you have the SEC, and that is all fine. But in the end, the SEC, yes, that is the US market. The US market is very big, very strong, very important. But Ecomi and Veve, they are sitting in New Zealand and in Singapore. So it just affects the listing of the token in the end, because it doesn't affect, even if the token as security then would be used in the US or would be used in the app, you could just disable the functionalities in the app for the US, right? So that, I don't think that's the reason. I just think they focused on the Veve app. Now they are focusing on the Ecomi token, and now there's something coming from the blockchain team, and that has to do with changed tokenomics, and that is the reason why they removed the videos and so on. So yes, I don't see the entire team doing nefarious stuff, but you can never know if individual team members are doing stuff, right? So that is something that no project is secure of, that certain team members individually are doing stuff that is not good or not in the interest of the project. So that also can, and then the entire team has to react. But I think you're right. You're on the right track, Omicron. I think I also lean more towards what you say. Tony Doge says it's all speculation, of course, from all of us. Yeah, sure. I mean, And this is also what Veve basically did to us. We only can speculate because we don't have information, right? But yes, but Veve, no matter how, as long as it is tied to Veve, the Veve is the backbone that is going to drive the value. Omicron says yes, Reese went quiet, but so did Puddin Cheeks. Think they've been told to take a chill pill. Yeah, it could be that could have happened. Yo, take a chill pill. It's only going to take a couple of months. Anyways, so our backbone now has a very, very important drop. So here's the trailer. Let's just look at this. And since we do not have sound anyways, because I don't want to get monetized, demonetized, sorry about that. So we are getting Astro Boy. That is the first teaser, or it's a trailer with the animated Astro Boy collectible. Drops on Saturday, 29th of July. So I'm probably taking that drop from Croatia. So I think that is a very, very important collectible. Why? Because that basically, so first of all, it was teased months ago by David Yu in video community updates, when he had it behind him. No, actually, was it in a community update, or was it in the New Zealand interview, where he had Astro Boy in the background? I think it was in the New Zealand interview. So this is Asian market. They said they focus on the Asian market, and we got ourselves this trailer here right now. Yo, Omicron, thank you very much for the $5 Canadian donation. Thank you so much for that donation. I really appreciate that. True, Tony, good points. PH, appreciate the perspective. Thank you, man. I don't know why my donation widget is like coming in after. I don't know if it's for you, but anyways, so there you have the animation. Thank you so much for the $5 Canadian. Really appreciate that. Now that, so let's just talk about the potential of this, right? So they did the localization effort. You remember, right? They did the localization for Japan before, right? And also France. So we could. So they remember they did France, I think Spain, and Japanese, right? So these three languages are in localization. Now we got a Japanese drop here, or a Japan oriented drop, which is good. Probably this is going to be in the news in Japan, and then when people come in, they also can find it directly in Japanese. So it's all lining up right now. Could that also mean that now that we have French, we are getting those French drops that have been announced like a year ago or so? For example, Citroën and the Little Prince. These are two French-focused drops that they did not launch just yet. So that could be something that could be coming. And then this could mean that the languages are actually giving us clues to which, if we see a pattern there, the languages that are bringing in with localization could then be basically an indicator for what is coming next, or at least for what location is coming next. So yeah. I think that is really good. So Japan has 128-ish million people living there. A lot of the drops that are supposed to come to Veve are very focused on that. So if we could get a Japanese content creator, user base, collector base, events in Japan and so on, that would boost the stuff, right, in the market tremendously. Also, probably just in speculation, Ultraman could be pumping as well here, because people have been speculating on Asia coming in and buying Ultraman since a long time. So yeah, I think that one is very, very big news for Veve. This drop was long awaited, and here it is. So that was really good. Um, what else? Veve today there is a very scarce drop. Just to because some people are losing track of that. Let's look at this quickly. Is that so far away already? Here it is. So this one is dropping today. Um, this one is dropping today, and it only has 5,000 editions, so it could be good to go for this one, for this comic. I will go for one just in case that I hit something like ultra rare or secret rare. I mean, it can happen, and if not, I have a scarce common that for sure will go above market or above retail in a bull run. Then we have this weird. I think this is weird, but you guys let me know this weird. Where is it? Yeah, this series here of the Disney drops. So there's put your quarter in, and press start. Disney Wreck-It Ralph Arcade character series is coming to Veve. So 3 digital collectibles drop in blind box waitlist format on Friday. And then also this airdrop Disney Wreck-It Ralph pencil is the first of 5 Walt Disney Animated Studio collectibles used to craft an animation desk. Purchase one of the Wreck-It Ralph Arcade Character Series collectible via blind box to be airdropped 1 pencil. And then there will be 5 pencils. So you have to really calculate before if you want to go for all of those pencils. So what we see here is then collect all 5 different pencils over the next 5 Walt Disney Animation Studio drops to craft 1 animation desk. You will, so this is the first furniture, I think, in Veve, right? So this is also coming. You will have until 12/31/2023 to acquire all, like until end of the year you will have to acquire all 5 pencils to craft the animation desk. All 5 pencils will be burned in the crafting process. Omicron says need One Piece anime. It's king. Yeah, only the anime, right? The Netflix. We are not talking about this Netflix trailer though. That is super bad. Read the disclaimer for that Disney collectible. Where do I excuse me? Where do I find this? Is this in a Veve? Is this in a Veve post? 3 digital collectibles. So there we go. Disney Wreck-It Ralph. So here are the collectibles. Fix It Felix with boundless optimism and magical hammer and so on. 40 gems. So 40 gems. So you will have, for if you participate in all of these, you will have 200 gems. You will need 200 gems to participate in all of these. And if you don't hit one of these blind box drops, then you don't get the pencil, and then you probably spend way more to get the pencil. It's in the post for the airdrop to. Oh, okay. So let me get back to the post here real quick. That's actually not the one. That's actually also not the one. Where is it? Oh, there. It's in the. Okay. Show more. Where's the disclaimer? I'm blind. Sorry, Tony Dolce. I'm blind. I don't see it. Purchase one of. Oh, there we go. Pencil will be airdropped by purchasing 1 collectible on drop and okay. Purchase all 5 pencils will be used. Details on the block. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the disclaimer? I just don't see it. But maybe it's in the article as well, right? So, or you have to give me more hints. I'm blind. I bet. So this one is the secret rare is very scarce. Maybe I just try to go for those pencils. So animation desk and pencil. So there's Disney Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen Arendelle, Lion King, Peter Pan, Neverland, and Aladdin. So actually, probably I'll just go for all of these drops. Okay, thanks for copying that in the chat. So lower, the above release order, series names, and collectibles may change over the course of the animation desk program. The above visualization of the animation desk may change prior to crafting. Okay, I like that. I like that. They leave it open to improvement. So here we go. Yeah, nice disclaimer. I don't. Yeah, there. Now I found it in the article. Here it is. But it's very interesting. Thanks for posting that. It says that Disney can change stuff. Yeah. The question is, can you use the animation desk to to put a static collectible on it and then give it an animation? If you craft it with, so if that's the case, then the desk will be outrageously expensive if it's crafted right. So yeah, there you go. Animation expensive. So the reason why I think that I'll probably just participate in all of these is because here we have like some first appearances from the Frozen series. We will have first appearances from the Lion King series. We'll have Peter Pan first appearances. We'll have Aladdin first appearance. So every of these has first appearances. And we don't know what is going to happen with this drop. So probably you will be able to do stuff with this desk, right? If they really make it so, first of all, it will be fun to collect all of the pencils. Then you have another craft and burn event, which is also really good. And then let's say if you could just you put like the static Woody, right? Remember that there are a lot of collectibles that only have static poses. It would be cool if you could give the animation to them. So imagine, for example, you could then burn the Woody normal one, you get a new token, which is the animated Woody, and that's basically a new collectible, so it has its own scarcity, so it's newly minted, and then you would have to decide if you want to burn a static Woody, or if you want to make it animated, or if you want to keep the static one because it's being more scarce, right? So mechanics like this could turn around the market in some of these non-scarce collectibles. That is really cool. So let's look at how this desk looks. Yeah, it looks like a desk. I mean, I think so. It's not about the looks of this thing. It's about the thing that is going on. Fred Chu Gokyung says, "Yo, bro, been long since I have been live on your stream. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you here. Awesome. Let's do this." Not to mention how cool. Yeah. Yes. One. So what? What is saying? Okay. Let's start there. Up there. That's a cool theory. There's a lever on the. Yeah. There's stuff on the desk, right? If you could burn an artwork into it, would be sick. Oh, that is also interesting. Yeah. This animation desk is based off a real life animation desk. Yeah, one sold for $13,000. Not to mention how cool the collectibles will be and all those FA. Okay, and then Fred says, "Yo, I already read that. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit reap. Disney is showing me that they make us all crazy and collect pencils." Yeah, that's true though. I mean, look at this pencil. But the cool thing is this pencil, if we look closely, look, I hope you can see this, but maybe, I hope you see this on a massive flat screen. But look at this, there is this first collectible here. It's in the pencil, so probably each of these pencils just has their own appearance, and it will be interesting because almost everyone who has all the 5 pencils wants to craft this desk, right? So if someone would choose to keep all the 5 pencils, in the end probably the pencils are going to be one of the most scarce collectibles ever on the app. Dukin Kuva is here. Good morning. A bit late, but here. Welcome. We still have a little bit to talk about, so no worries. So we are just talking about this series. So let's look at the collectibles. So I mean, besides participating, you also could just hit the secret rare, right? And you get the airdrop and so on. So yeah, that Vanellope is here, the collectible. Then we have this Ralph, and we have the Felix. So yeah, 2,000, 1,500, and 1,000. The thing is though, that's pretty scarce right now. So 4,000 collectibles at all, and yeah, I mean, this is waitlist drop, so now everyone has a chance, which is good. But on the other hand, there could be the problem that that you might not hit all of the drops, and then you have to buy the pencils on the secondary, right? So it will be difficult. It will be difficult to get all of the pencils. Omicron says, I don't expect it to do better than Thanos, but who the heck knows? I think this is just due to I think that's due to the Thanos. It's just bear market, right? I mean, I'm sitting on the Gauntlet and the Thanos, and we will see how it develops. But I think once liquidity is coming back, all of these will suddenly look so scarce, because I mean, we're talking about numbers here right now. So let's move on to the next topic, and then we'll discuss all of this. So I've posted this. Bloomberg here posted about Veve, right? So Cartoon Studio said its batch of more than 8,000 Stan Lee digital collectibles sold out in nearly instantaneously on Monday. So here it is. So this is the Bloomberg Twitter channel. You have seen this. I tweeted it before. If you want information more quickly, then you need to follow me on Twitter. And by the way, if you tag me on Twitter or send me a message, don't be sad if I don't respond. I just get a ton of messages. So yeah, I read them all eventually, but just not in an instant. So they put out this article, but what I want to show first is if we go on this Bloomberg site where they posted this, they have 9.2 million followers. And that is exactly what Veve needs for mass adoption, is to be highlighted on news articles with these following bases, right? So 9.2 million followers on Twitter. That gives you a clue how many readers there are of Bloomberg, right? So on Twitter, they all saw, or they all had the potential to see this post, right? So if you go back here, you see it. This post had 188,000 views. If you only get, let's be very pessimistic. Let's say only 188 of those 188,000, only 188 of them come into the app because of that. That's still more. That's still exactly the number that the secret rares with 7,500 editions have. The full number, yeah. So, and that's a lot of people, right? I mean, that in itself is a lot of people, and that's nothing. These articles will be found when people are searching for NFTs. They will see these articles again. They will pop up on Google for them. They will be looking in Google metrics. We saw this in my video about the next NFT bull run. I outlined this. When interest is coming back, they will look at these articles. So unfortunately, this one is behind a paywall, but we can at least see what every Bloomberg user is looking at, right? Stan Lee NFT collection sells out almost instantly and then rises 500% on average. Digital collectibles sell for $81 after launching at $15. These are the headlines that we want. Now imagine in the bull run, when they come back and look at Disney or digital collectible launching at $15 sells for $15,000 or so, right? That's the headlines that will then bring in these FOMO masses that we had also seen, that brought us to 600,000 individual wallets and so on the Veve app. Sale illustrates strong demand for some NFT launches exists in a bear market or right after the bear market. When now we are still in a bear market with the NFTs, so even Bitcoin is coiling out. NFTs are in a bear market, and this is happening all in a bear market. Now look at this. We have the Stan Lee, the amazing Stan Lee. We have the Veve logo here prominent on fucking Bloomberg, right? So yeah, that is happening. I cannot read all of this, but it says here Cartoon Studios Inc. said its batch of more than 8,000 Stanley digital collectibles sold out nearly instantaneously on Monday, illustrating strong demand for some virtual assets still exists despite the slow recovery of the NFT market. The release, in commemoration of what would have been famed comic book writer's 100th birthday recently, marked the first phase of a rollout of a broader Stan Lee collectibles universe. Cartoon said in a statement on Monday, Lee is famous for creating a plethora of well-known heroes including Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Iron Man. So that is a very good coverage here for Veve. I love Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope always reminded me of my daughter gotta have it. Obviously you have to have it. I didn't know them actually. But yeah, then you have to have them. I will go for this one as well, but I wish for you that you hit them right away, like the ones that you want. Low mint Vanellope for you. Only 1,000 of them. By the way, Dukken Kuva means duck and cover. Okay, should I call you duck and cover? Is that like from, is that duck and cover from like Counter-Strike or so? I read the article, it was very positive, and they specifically mentioned Veve. The drop got some mad love on BitBoy's channel too. Oh, so I have to look at that and put that in I have to make a video about the entire thing here in Croatia. Probably I will do that. That will be one of my first videos here, something like the turnaround in the NFT market or so. So stay tuned for that, subscribe for that, smash up the like button for that. If you want a video for about all of that, then yeah, smash up the like button. I hope I can find this this coverage there on the on the BitBoy channel, so that I can show it also in the video. But I think I will, because this one was 24th of July. They might have covered it right away. Yeah, so thank you for making me aware actually of that. Also, this got covered on Crypto News. Stan Lee digital collectible fly off the shelves, 240 to 5,000% in value. They showed the secret rare here, and a lot of people are reading that from the crypto side. So crypto enthusiasts reading that is also really good. So media company Cartoon Studios announced a complete and near instantaneous sale of over 8,000 Stan Lee digital collectibles for $120,000 in revenue. So $120,000 in revenue is also nothing to underestimate, and that they are capable to just making that kind of money, they showed also with the Iron Man, is showing to other licensors that is actually the way to go, right? Here you have to go to make these revenues, to Veve. So that is happening. We see here also Cartoon Studios talked about this drop. Price soars at least 240%. Now prices are coming down a little bit. And then the Stan Lee official channel. Yeah, that's something else. We are not going into this because this is heavily discussed why this channel is going. But let's look at the Muta scan quickly, because this is also interesting. We saw this right over Comicon. Let's move the chat over here, remove myself over here. So here we go. So we see this, like, since June we had a flat phase of unique owners, but where also some sellers were going in. But now we have jumped a little bit, and now we have peaked here again at 652,758. So over the phase of that San Diego San Diego Comicon, sorry about that, we have gained some 300 new users, right? So yeah. He is the Walt Disney of Marvel, but not as many people know Stan Lee as much as Disney because he didn't name the company after himself. Secret Rare Stan is holding price actually has gone down to 599 and have gotten bought up. Yeah, I saw that also on the Veve feed there when people were buying these. Duck and Cover says, just tagged you on Twitter for the BitBoy clip. Tony says, you are one of the only streamers that include IMX Veve. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you so much for that one. I'm glad. I'm glad that I can provide value here. So, also for everyone who is a little bit afraid of Veve not having as many users and so on, you have to just pull up randomly a muter scan and you see like transfer of Nemo, transfer of unknown token, transfer of the King of Cameos, transfer of Mickey Mouse lenticular card. Here you see it a little bit better. Transfer of comic, a Strange Tales comic, right? Transfer. A lot of transfers here. Another Obi-Wan minted, and this is all like in the last 5 minutes. So if we refresh this, probably there are new ones, right? So you just refresh the site, and you just see new no, actually not new ones here for now, but 5 minutes. So you see like this is all in the last 15 minutes or so. Lamborghini, comics, a lot of comics, also Mickey collectibles. So there's a lot of still rebalancing, reallocating. People are still selling, people are buying, people are building their stacks. So in the last half hours, there's like, what is this, like 100 collectibles being transferred? This is a money machine. You have to see this, right? So yeah, that is what I wanted to show you here. Yes, I just started using IMX so I can see if things are actually selling or being delisted. Yeah, and you see here all of these transfers are actually buy and sell. So that is good, especially if I'm going to be if I'm going to buy something valuable. Yeah, I or valuable in the future. Sometimes you don't have the people yet on the app to really value the collectibles, but it could still come, right? So you never know. So yeah, also let's quickly look at the situation in the top 100 wallets, because that is always important. So here we go. This is the VVX tracker. If it loads, there we go. So updated yesterday, the VVX tracker. Let's just move myself out of the way so you can see. So yeah, or actually, how do I do this? Let's move the chat up here and move myself down here, and now we should be able to see something. So there we go. So what we still see is that this whale is selling, and now he's actually, this whale is really selling a lot. This is not to underestimate. In the last 7 days, and be aware that also sales that are more than 7 days ago already moved out of the calculation window. He is still buying some collectibles, but he has offloaded now 2,000 collectibles in total in the last 7 days, and he has dropped a place now. He's actually now on 9th. He was before with over 10,000 collectibles on 8th place. So this guy is heavily selling collectibles. He did mint 2, he did purchase 23, but he also sold 2022. We are going to observe this on this channel, how this whale is behaving, because I think it's important to see this. If he is going to just sell and drop, or is he at some point restacking again, rebuying again, what will he do? On the other hand, we have a counter movement here of number 5 of the wallets, that just purchased 500 collectibles additionally, in this last week. So the top 8 here, they have a net accumulation of either 0, like number 8, or even here 70, 72, 526, 103, 556, and Dr. Profit bought another 3 collectibles. So there's the only one that is doing that. Tony says, what are you looking at? I'm looking at the net accumulation of the top wallet, the top 100 collectors on Veve, with mints, purchases, and sales. And this one is from the VVX tracker from Veve Fox. She also has a YouTube channel, she has a Twitter, and she built this website to monitor the wallet movements. And here there are also stats about the market. And if you enjoy this stuff, what she did, there's also a support button where you can send some dollars to her to buy her a coffee. So here's also her links, and you just have to put in Google VVX tracker, and it's with a 1-day delay more or less. So this is updated 26th, yesterday, and it shows the top 100 actually. You can scroll in here with the scroll bar. You see the top 100 movements, and you see that the net accumulation is always, like, the net accumulation is positive on most of the ones in the top. Here's one buying more than 200 collectibles. So I use the site to more or less see what the whales in Veve are doing at the moment. It's absolutely free to use, obviously. I also, because I use this on the channel, sent some money to her, like a couple of dollars. I have to do it again, by the way, from time to time, because it's just valuable information in my opinion. And yeah, you found it. That's great. That's great. Yeah, then also I just wanted to quickly mention there is a super cool video here from Metaverse Live, which for Silicon Secure. For those who don't know it, Silicon Secure has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. He is fighting at the moment, and yeah, so people like everywhere are just giving him the support. I love that. This is great. So they made a Metaverse Live, put together a 16-minute video of the Veve fam just sending positive energy to Silicon Secure. Yeah, so I think that is really, really cool. Shows also what kind of massive community has been built around all of this here. So really, really awesome, this stuff. Yeah, and that is on Metaverse Live's Twitter. It has been retweeted by Veve as well. So yeah, I don't know, Silicon, if you will see this ever. Probably not watching my streams, but I'll wish you all the best in the world, man. Stay strong, keep fighting. I hope you can win this battle. That would be really, really good. Omicron says, some people just have money to burn. Did you look into the whale wallets I posted in the comments? Oh yeah, I didn't, because I didn't stream yesterday. I saw this. I think I responded to you, but I will still look at this wallet because you got me the entire MetaMask, not MetaMask, the entire wallet link. So I'm definitely going to look into it. But I came back from business trip like yesterday, very late in the evening, and I just prepared the stream for today and fell into bed and slept like a dead. So sorry for that. But yeah. Tony says, is there a way you can see how much an NFT has sold for on Veve by looking at IMX Veve blockchain? I don't think so. I think you can see the selling purchase. Actually, there must be a way. there must be some kind of a way, because, or is it though? Yeah, no, there is there is not. I don't think so that you know the price, because the only thing that the Veve bot that is retweeting the big collectibles is doing it is just reporting how the floor price develops after the sale. So I think you cannot see the sale price. Um, I'd love to look into it if possible, please. Maybe Nico here, who also brought the wallet, has an idea how to do that, but I don't know how to do it, unfortunately. Yeah. Um, yeah. So there's the profile of Silicon here. So yeah, that's basically it. So guys, make sure to smash up the like button once again. The stream took a little bit longer than expected, um, and yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I know. I'll have it in the comments. But if everyone wants to look into the thing, but how does the bot report about a number 441 selling? Then he knows the mint number, I think. He knows the token ID of that specific mint number, something like that. But the value probably isn't reported. Uh, Duck and Cover says, did you see Dan's invites for Viverse Beta will go out in a couple? Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that one. Yeah, he said that, right. So apparently there is going to be a Viverse Beta coming out in the next weeks. We cannot bet on that. Probably it takes longer than this, but we don't know. So yeah, we have that information leaked by Dan. That is going to happen as well. So probably I have to include this in another video. But guys, I have to jump. Unfortunately, I wish I could just continue streaming and talking with you guys and discussing all of this with you guys, but I can't. I have to go into the hamster wheel. So guys, wherever you are on the world, have yourself a great morning, evening, day, night or afternoon. Enjoy your coffees. I see you in the next